Welcome everybody. We have our first details of Brinite in formation on the season 1 storyline. That is right here I have the very first Brinite comic. Now every season we're going to get a brand new comic which is going to explain the storyline in the current season. Now they have 5 pages, with this one having 7 issues. And it's just insane. It's a very small comic. It doesn't reveal much, but inside it holds a lot of details. If you guys are excited for this video, give it a like and of course subscribe. And we're not going to waste any time. We're going to hop into New Reality, which is the name of this Brinite season's comic. Obviously we're in season 1. We've got 47 days until we go into Brinite season 2. And today we're going to be looking inside this comic. Now, the first thing to take from this comic is that there are 7 issues. So, probably next Tuesday, we're going to get issue 2 of 7. The Tuesday after, we're going to get issue 3 of 7. And the week after, probably that we get issue 7 of 7, we will go into season 2. Now, in the future, issue 7 of 7 will actually be the end of season live event that will take place in this comic. Now let's open this comic. As you can see, this is the orb on the screen right here. Now a few weeks ago, we actually went into the Brinite map and discovered the orb, and it is on the cover of here. So it does have a big part to play. So if we open the book, and if you flip onto this side, you will see that you can redeem an item. This is the reality axe, as you can see it right there. Now, this will be redeemable only in the comic for about 2 weeks. So if you want a code to redeem the axe, let me know. And after 2 weeks, it will be in the Brinite store as a cosmetic, which everybody will be able to buy. But that's not it. We have page 1 here, and already page 1 gives us a massive detail. It says, "We must conquer what was once ours." And this is the page right here. So we must conquer what was once ours. But on the first page, yep, you pay attention to this, because somebody is obviously saying this on the screen. But if you look at the bottom, you can see an outline. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the outline of the current Brinite map. As you can see, we've got what looks to be the mountain here near Sandy Shores. And then here, look, we've got the little huts in the middle of the island. And then we've got this weird ball in the sky. This ball is none other than the orb that we see on the front of the comic. So whatever picture this is, it is obviously a future version of the Brinite map. Meaning we might not actually have to wait 5 seasons for the orb to rise, because it's going to rise soon. But the question is, what's going to make it rise? And who is saying we must conquer what was once ours? Well, we're going to get to that in a minute. And then if you look at the back of the page, it says, "The dig sites have discovered your great secret, my lord." Now, you may be thinking, dig sites? There are no dig sites on the Brinite map. If you don't know, a few weeks ago, we discovered that there is an island under an island. And since then, a lot of diggers have headed to the same place where we went. As you can see here, on a picture, there is a digger. Now, the person here has a question mark on their head, so we don't actually know who this is. I'm presuming on issue 7, we'll be able to redeem the outfit for this guy, and then he'll come into the item shop, obviously. I'm guessing he'll be called Reality something, probably. And he says, "How dare they ponder on my great desires?" So his great desires is literally an island under an island. Maybe if that's his island and we've just built on top of it, maybe that's rude. "The energy must be contained." When he mentions energy, is he talking about the energy of the orb? No. If we look on the picture here, you can see right here a mountain and a tree. Now, I've been talking about this for weeks, but if you go to Fusion Factory, there is obviously a silhouette or a design of a tree that's being valued on, and This is the Tree of Life, ladies and gentlemen, but it's not just the Tree of Life, it is a different Tree of Life, because as you can see, there is energy coming off of it. So, if the orb was to rise, would the Tree of Life get the energy from the orb and start gaining its own energy as well? Really, really confusing. This is the big page. Page 3 of 5 says, which reality do we strike first? And we have this ginormous picture. First of all, we have no clue what that is. I'm guessing that's some kind of character at the side of the screen. But what's cool is Golden Island ended a few weeks ago. They now just do live events. Golden Island has been crossed out on this picture of a map. But the big part is we have Reality 4, Reality 6, Reality 3, Reality 1, Reality 111, and then also crossed out is the biggest reality of them all, Reality 11, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, Reality 11 is the enemy reality of the Brinite map, and it seems it has been destroyed. But what could have caused Reality 11 to be destroyed? Obviously, that's the Brinite map there with a massive arrow, so they're coming for Brinite. What if Reality 11 is the island underneath the What if they are sisters? Just saying. Whoever this massive horny guy, I'm not going to say that, whoever this massive guy with a horn coming for the Brinite map, he has obviously destroyed every other map and he's coming straight for the orb. But the back is really interesting, huh? Status _ rocket E121, E215, E115. Now, take a look at all these numbers. That's the rocket right there. Obviously, we know who builds a rocket, and we'll find out in a minute. E121, not really significant. E115, E215. They're two significant numbers. First of all, E115 is my maths classroom at college, and E215 is my second maths classroom at college. So, a little Easter egg from Brinite there, literally saying we're going to destroy the rockets coming for the maths classroom and it's going to destroy it. Obviously, we know it's Kennedy because we can tell right here, you can see his name is literally written across the screen. But what's insane about this picture is Kennedy's taking off in his rocket. There are meteors coming for Kennedy's reality. And if we look at the picture on here, you know, the reality picture that we've just looked at, the closest reality to getting destroyed on this picture is Reality 6, ladies and gentlemen. And it is right above the Brinite map. Picture this. So, let's say Reality 6 gets destroyed. Kennedy's reality most likely, because he's literally taking off in this picture. And the meteors are coming down. Let's say those meteors hit Reality 6. Ladies and gentlemen, Season 2, we could have a literal fragment of Reality 6 crash onto the island, bringing Kennedy back onto the map as well, warning us about the ongoing dangers of this mysterious reality person who wants to destroy all the realities. The final page is insane. As you can see, we have some words here, just a U there, when we have this massive person with horns, and I'll tell you who that could be in a minute. We have a U, then we have now, no, no one win now. Now, no, no one win now. This person is saying you cannot beat me, you cannot win against me. But we've got to look closer. U, now, has an N at the start. N, no K, N-O-W-N. Right, let's get a pen. Let's get a pen. Let's put all these words together. So we have U, N. If you put all these words together, you get the word unknown. And as we know, the unknown were a fragment of the map that went to war with the famous 4 on the Brinite map. And then on the back of the thing, you can see we're coming, with a massive island there. Now, if we look at the picture, that is Reality 6 on that screen. With an arrow, they are going to deliberately destroy Kennedy's reality just so they can locate ours. Now, I have a theory. Let's say this puck right here, Robert Dowd puck, let's say this is Reality 6 and the Brinite map is right above it. Okay? Let's say the Brinite map is right below it. So, these meteors, they crash into Reality 6, sending it in a spiral, hitting the ground, destroying Reality 6. That then reveals the Brinite map to the unknown, who we now know are the people trying to destroy the reality. So they destroy Reality 6, bang, it crashes onto the Brinite Island, Brinite is exposed, and what happens when Brinite is exposed to threats? Well, if you guys don't know, there is a border on the Brinite map called the Storm. Now, the Storm protects the Brinite map from all the dangers that could, hit the Brinite map, come through the Brinite map. And we know in every single chapter of Brinite, the border breaks. Now, what would make the border break this time? Well, maybe a massive reality coming hurtling down could crack the border, expose Brinite, and start off the proper storyline. But not only this could also shatter the Brinite map, triggering an earthquake, and then sending the orb whooshing out of the ground, destroying the middle island, sending us into season 2. But obviously we'll get more information about that next week in issue 2. If you guys have enjoyed this video, give it a like and of course subscribe. It's a big storyline now, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow for another Brinite video. Goodbye.